the artists in Singapore, where are they at in your perspective, in your view of the level of maturity of Singapore artists?
There are actually many very talented and very gifted Singapore artists who have come out of the art schools here, whether it's LaSalle, NAFA, and I think they have very good potential. We do have a lot of, I would say, very good, almost international standard artists now. And some of them, of course, are Singaporeans but not living in Singapore. For example, Ming Wong, right? He's about 50 years old. He's represented Singapore overseas in biennales and what have you. And he's now based in Berlin, His works recently were collected by Tate Modern. Then you've got like lady artists like Dawn Ng, who has a very interesting practice, and she has now participated in international exhibitions in London, in Australia, and I think there'll be a lot of other international shows going forward. And she has also done shows at the National Gallery, special commissions. So her works are now very much sought after, by the likes of UBS Bank and so on. And then you have another lady artist called Shavonne Wong, who is, I would say, one of the top digital artists in the world, right? So these are some examples of Singapore artists who are actually punching above their weight. They're not just well known in Singapore, but they are beginning to be recognized internationally. Over the last few years, there's been a lot of interest in, let's say, South Indian art. I think part of it may be because of the very strong economy over the last few years. And we were in Art India, which is an art fair in Delhi in January. We decided to make a trip just to see, what the art scene is there like. And it was fantastic. At the moment, mostly contemporary art, contemporary and modern in a way. So modern are the more established names, the Hosseins of this world and so on. But the contemporary ones are those artists who are in their maybe 40s, 50s, who are selling for anything between 10,000 to 50,000 USD. I see a lot of interest in that kind of price range. When we were in Delhi for the art fair, we see a lot of overseas visitors, from art dealers to museum directors of American museums, British museums. So they're all like, scouting around for artworks or for talent. I sense that there is a great deal of interest also in Southeast Asia art, and already some of the well-known American museums are beginning to acquire Southeast Asian art. And I'll give you one good example. The MoMA Museum, which is one of the leading American museums in New York, they acquired works of art by two Singaporean artists called Chow and Lin. Very interesting husband and wife team. Chow is a photographer, and his wife Lin is an economist. Over the last 10, 15 years, he and his wife have developed a very unique practice where they go to about 38, 40 different countries, and they take photographs of food that the poor can afford in each of these countries. And they have produced a book called The Poverty Line. It's based on their experience in, let's say, Japan, in France, in the UK, in China. So each of these pages will have as a backdrop a newspaper clipping, okay? And then for X dollars that is within the poverty line, they will go to the local market, either to buy eggs or buy tomatoes or buy potatoes or peas or chicken or whatever, and they will photograph them. And the wife, being an economist, she will provide the data, how much these people are spending for their daily living. So the whole book is called The Poverty Line. And this book was selected by MoMA as one of the best photographic books in 2023. And they have also acquired 2 sets of works from this husband and wife team for their permanent collection. And it's now hanging in MoMA. If I were a betting man and looking to collect art, I would collect Southeast Asian art because it's still very affordable.